Hey everybody, it's Alyssa. Today I am here with a tattoo video. So if you guys do not follow me on Instagram and Twitter, then you guys have no idea that I actually got a sternum tattoo. If you don't know what a sternum tattoo is or where a sternum is, it's basically underneath your boobs, or like in between your boobs is kind of that area of where the sternum is. So yeah, on Tuesday, so it's been about 5 or 6 days now, I went and got a sternum tattoo, and I've gotten so many questions on this tattoo, so I just decided to go ahead and do a video on my whole experience and answer all of the questions that you guys asked me. So first of all, I'm sure you want to see the tattoo, so I have a picture right here for you guys so you can see it. I'm not going to pull my shirt up right now because I'll probably get demonetized for showing my boob a little bit, and I don't want to get demonetized. I'll try to maybe show you guys at the end of the video what it looks like right now as it's healing. So I'm just going to talk about my whole experience of the entire day, basically just tell you what I did, who I went to, and everything like that, so you guys can kind of get an idea of what my experience was like. So if you're wanting to get a sternum tattoo, then maybe you can get an idea. I recommend personally calling and asking for an appointment if you got about the same size tattoo as me, just because it was a pretty big tattoo. It did take 3 or 4 hours, so I probably should have called and made an appointment, but it was kind of a last minute thing, and I had my friends with me, and I just wanted to go get this tattoo, so that's what I did. So I went to Lucky Draw Tattoo in Hiram, Dallas, Georgia. It's kind of in both. I got my tattoo done by Neil Worth, who works there, who's an amazing tattoo artist. I'm so happy that he did my tattoo. He's super talented. They were all busy, but I asked Neil if he had time for a walk-in at any time in that day, because I went in at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They close at 10, so I was hoping he could squeeze me in somewhere. So he ended up squeezing me into a schedule. So he finished doing the tattoo on the person that he was doing. So I came back at around 8 o'clock, and it took about an hour for him to draw up the design. He did draw up the design by himself. I gave him the ideas and he drew it, and I loved the design and we did it. So this is, I would say, an original design that both me and him thought of together, and he put it to life. I'm really happy that I have something that's really original on my body. And then after he drew up the design, he printed out the stencil. He made it the size to fit the size of like my stomach boob area. He made sure it fit because it was too big at first, and I don't have very big like boobs at all, so we had to fit it the right size for my body. And basically after that he just started tattooing, and I had my friends in there with me. He was super cool about my friends being in there. He wasn't rude at all about my friends being in there and talking and asking him questions. He was talking to my friends. So the tattoo finished at about 11:30, almost midnight, and we started at around 9, so it took about 3 hours for the tattoo to get done. And then that was that. So I posted pictures, and I posted this picture on Instagram, and I asked you guys to ask me any questions that you have, because so many of you guys have been wanting a sternum tattoo and you wanted my opinion on it before you even got one. So I'm basically just going to answer the 50 something questions that I have. Most of them are the same question, but hopefully I can answer what you guys are wondering. So the first question is from Stay Savage Always, and they asked how long did it take. So it did take the 3 hours. How much did it hurt? So that is the first question anyone ever asked me before I talk about anything, is they ask me if it hurt. And it did. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt pretty bad. I have a tattoo in the inside of my arm, if you guys don't know, and that didn't really hurt that much. It hurt in certain spots, but the worst part of this tattoo was the top of the cat, so more in between my boobs is where it hurt the most, and then when it started getting towards my ribs over here is when it started hurting very bad. So other than those spots, it wasn't that bad, and then it started hurting the worst at the very end when he was shading everything in. The shading wasn't bad at first, but when he was about to finish, I think I wanted it to be over, so the pain increased, and I was kind of almost in tears because it kind of hurt pretty bad with the shading. But I wouldn't say it was horrible. I would definitely, if I had the choice, I would go get the tattoo right there again. So it doesn't like stop me from wanting to get another tattoo, but I'm not gonna lie, it did hurt pretty bad. And they also asked, was it weird for me to have someone tattoo in that area? So that's another question a lot of you guys asked, was it awkward or was it weird that I got tattooed in that area? Because I did have my whole shirt off. I was wearing a sweater kind of like this. I was wearing this bralette right here when I came in, so that's another thing. As you can see, it's stained from the ink, which kind of sucks. I didn't think about that actually happening, but it is stained from the ink that was coming off of the tattoo. But it's okay, I was wearing this. He didn't have any pasties, so we just took paper towels and he taped the paper towels onto my boobs. It was super respectful, he wasn't inappropriate, he was totally professional about it. No, it wasn't awkward at all, and I didn't find it awkward having my boobs out around my friends either because they were covered. I just had this on without anything else, and I had it pulled a little bit over the tops of the paper towels, and then he would just tattoo the part that he needed to. So I wouldn't say it was awkward just because I don't really find those things awkward, but if the tattoo artist that did my tattoo was inappropriate about it, then I probably would have been uncomfortable, but he was super professional, so it was completely fine. Ray HX asked, did you have a general design in mind or did the artist design it himself? So I gave him a couple of pictures, which I will put right here. I gave him about 2 or 3 pictures of what I had in mind, and then I told him that I wanted a cat in that type of design. And then I gave him a picture of my cat, my old cat. That's basically what this tattoo is. It's my very first cat that I had when I was a little girl, sitting in some flowers, and I thought it was a really cool design. It's always something that I've wanted just because she was my very first cat, and as you guys know, I love animals, so she kind of started everything for me of my animal keeping and my passion for animals. So basically I gave him those 2 designs, I told him what I wanted, and he just drew it. He did it for me, and yeah, I gave him the idea, but he definitely designed it and he did that all himself. Janny12 asked, how did you find your artist? I can't find one in my town that I like. I'm very, very picky, which you should be with tattoos that are going to be permanently on your body. I'm very picky about who the tattoo artist is. As you guys know, I do a lot of stick and pokes on myself just because I trust myself. It's not necessarily something that you should do, but I've been following him on Instagram for a long time, and I will put his Instagram right here so you guys can follow him, and he's tagged in the picture I posted on Instagram. I've been following him for maybe a year now, and I basically just looked up all of the tattoo shops that were around the area that I live in, and then I followed all the artists that I thought were really talented and I liked their art style, and basically I just followed them for a while until I found the artist that I liked the most. I went to the tattoo shop that allowed walk-ins because that tattoo shop does allow walk-ins, and yeah, I just got lucky. He was there. Yeah, basically I just recommend looking up all the places around you or the place that you are willing to go the farthest, and just look at all the artists there and pick who you like the most. Sometimes it doesn't hurt calling them and talking to them on the phone. If you think that they have a really cool personality, then maybe you can get a tattoo from them. I think the biggest thing for me is if the person is nice and it doesn't have an attitude, and someone that you want to get tattooed by and have a conversation with while they're giving you a tattoo. And that's one thing that was really great about him, is that he had a great personality and he was super funny, so it made everything pretty bearable. 11-second burp asked, why did you choose that design and placement? I don't really know why I chose that placement. I've always been a fan of sternum tattoos. A lot of people don't like them because they think they're trashy. A lot of people who don't like tattoos think it's kind of like the new tramp stamp is what I've heard. But anyone who knows me knows I'm far from any of those things. I've always just thought that sternum tattoos were very delicate and they look really pretty on a woman's body. I've always thought that. I always think that they look very feminine and pretty. And for me, I just chose that placement because this part of my body is the part that I hate the most about myself. So now I actually enjoy looking at myself instead of not wanting to look at myself, if that makes any sense. I guess that's just why I chose the placement. I think it looks good in that part. I like how it's kind of like a triangle. So _Alyssa asked how much was it and that it looks amazing. So thank you. So a lot of people don't want to talk about the price, but since a lot of you guys wonder what a price of something like that would be, I paid $200, which is definitely the lowest amount that he charged me. He could have charged me so much more because this piece is worth so much more than $200, but he even told me that he didn't charge me as much as he should have, which I appreciate so much because it's definitely more than a $200 tattoo. But yes, it was $200. I gave him a pretty good tip, so I did pay more than $200, but that is the amount that I paid for the tattoo. So Brie X Laughs asked a couple of questions. So they asked if there are any tips that I have for someone who is getting a sternum tattoo. So I would definitely say mentally prepare yourself because it is pretty painful, and definitely wear like a bralette. Do not wear a bra, or wear like a bathing suit, or just don't wear a bra at all. I'm not the type of person who's comfortable walking around without a bra. That's just how I've always been. I'm not the type of person to like not wear one when I go out in public, but that's why I wore this bralette, because it easily just pulls up. It's not tight on my body at all, so it doesn't squeeze the tattoo. A lot lot of people like to wear bathing suit tops that they can just untie and take off. So I definitely recommend not wearing a bra. And also be ready for how uncomfortable it is during the healing process. Right now, I think I'm like 5 days in. It's in the itchy phase, so it feels like one huge mosquito bite and I just want to scratch it 24/7. Right now it's itchy. It is itchy all day and I can't scratch it at all. She asked if I have any tips as far as healing goes. So I have to sit up straight in order for it not to be uncomfortable because my stomach does roll when I sit down. So when my stomach rolls over, it hurts. The only time I do wear a bra is when I go to work, which is only for a couple hours, and it is very uncomfortable having a bra on because it itches so much and the bra is really tight onto my skin. I sleep on my stomach and I haven't been able to because it's so uncomfortable. So the thing I've been using for my healing process is Aquaphor, and I also, on my old tattoo, I used Lubriderm, but I do like the Aquaphor the best, and that's what most tattoo artists recommend. So that's what I've been using, and it definitely helps with the itching for like maybe an hour. But this also sucks when I have to put this on and then I have to put a bra on. And then when I do wash it, I wash it in the morning, and at night I wash it with some antibacterial soap, and then afterwards I put the Aquaphor on it, and it's been doing pretty good. So I have a couple pictures that I'll put right here of what it looks like as it's peeling. I guess I could show you right now what it looks like in day 5. So I don't know if you guys can see, I really don't want to like get demonetized on this, but it's peeling a little bit. As you can see in a couple places, you can see right there where it's peeling in certain spots, and it's really itchy. It's really itchy right now, and every time I touch it I just want to scratch it. So the first day after, it just felt like a big bruise. The second and third day it just felt really uncomfortable. It felt like a big bruise, and now it just feels itchy. That's all I can say. So it is sore for a couple days, definitely, but now it's just really itchy, and it's uncomfortable to wear a bra right now because it's so itchy. Hey, it's Gracie Lou asked, was it comfortable laying down on your back for as long as it took? I guess I really didn't think too much about the fact that I was laying down for so long because, I mean, me and my friends and the tattoo artist were having a pretty good conversation. We were listening to music, we were listening to like comedy bits and stuff like that. So I wasn't really paying attention to the fact that I was laying down the entire time. And after he did the outline, he let me stand up for a little bit as he changed his machine, and he let me walk around for a little bit, and that was about an hour and a half in. So laying down that long actually wasn't that bad. Ali Coops Forever asked if I would get it colored if I could. So I'm personally not a big fan of colored tattoos. I've never really been a fan of colored tattoos. I think other people's look awesome and cool on them. It's just not something that I've really ever been interested in. I do like color tattoos that have like dark reds and like dark greens in them and stuff, but no, I would not get this colored. I think it's really pretty black and white. He asked me if I wanted to put color in the cat's eyes because she had these really pretty blue eyes, but I just didn't really want to. I like the way it is black and white. That's how I've always liked tattoos, but I'm not saying that won't change in the future. But that's just how I feel right now. GLXXM Boy asked, what did my parents think of the area I got tattooed? For some reason, a lot of you guys are interested in what my parents thought. I guess a lot of people still think that I'm like younger than I actually am, but I am an adult, so I did go get this tattoo. Like, my parents didn't know I was going to get the tattoo. I don't have to really tell them that I'm going to get one. But when I showed them, they didn't really care all that much. They were just like, oh, that's pretty. They didn't really care. Jillian Spam asked, how much roughly would a tattoo like mine cost and the meaning of my tattoo? Well, first of all, like he even told my friend Rodney, is that it doesn't matter how big the tattoo is, it matters the detail and everything that is put into the tattoo. Each tattoo artist has their own set price on certain things, so I can't tell you how much roughly a tattoo would be because I'm not a tattoo artist and I wouldn't be the one doing your tattoo, so I can't tell you really how much it would even be because it's different between each tattoo artist what they want to charge the people that they give tattoos to. And the meaning basically is just, it's my cat. I don't think tattoos have to have a meaning. I think it's pretty. Obviously it has a meaning to me because it is my very first cat and I love flowers. Her name was Lily, so we were going to put lily flowers in the design, but I'm not a big fan of what lilies look like, and I really love the way he does the peony flowers that I have on my body. So we decided not to put lilies in it, but her name was Lily, and I like that she is sitting in flowers. And then the last question is from Gabby Grodner, and they asked, do you plan on getting any more tattoos? Yes. I'm definitely not stopping there. As you guys know, I love tattoos. The next one I'm getting is going to be on my arm right here. I have a consultation with a tattoo artist for that in a couple weeks, so I don't know when that's gonna happen, but that was basically my sternum tattoo experience, answering you guys' questions. I probably didn't answer all the questions that you guys have, so if you do have any more questions that I didn't answer in this video, then definitely just comment them down below and I'll answer them in the comments. In the end, I totally recommend getting one. I think they're so pretty and feminine looking, and just I love the designs of them. And if you are looking to get a sternum tattoo, please, please do not copy someone else's tattoo. That's the biggest thing I want to say to any of you guys who want to get a tattoo. Think of your own design, think of your own ideas, and let your tattoo artist make something out of your ideas. Do not copy someone else's. I'm not looking forward to the day, and this is one thing that I didn't want to post this video on, is that I don't want somebody copying my tattoo, because this is something that is meaningful to me. It's about my cat and everything like that, so I don't want someone to see this tattoo and go out and get it themselves. So that's just one tip I definitely have for you guys, is do something original. Don't copy someone else's tattoo. Please don't copy my tattoo. Yeah, I do also want to thank Neil Worth from Lucky Draw Tattoo for doing my tattoo. He was super awesome, and I will definitely be going back to him. If you want more videos like this, then make sure to comment down below, hit that subscribe button, and turn on my post notifications so you get notified every time I post. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!